The ball on the tee. We're set for football. And off we go from MetLife Stadium. This one fielded at the 5. And it's a pretty good return here as they'll get this up to the 29. They start the drive with Cook. Dances by him. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. That's a start they can live with. 15 yards on their first play from scrimmage.
Usually we see runs like this as the defense breaks down later in the game, but this guy is setting the tone early, running through all types of tackles and putting the defense back on its heels.
On 1st and 10, it's Wilson. That's caught by the big tight end, T.J. Hockenson. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. 18 more yards there and another first down. Now Wilson. Throw left side complete. That's Wilson. And he's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4. The Jets at 7-6, a game over 500 on the year. And they've lost 3 straight here. It kind of goes without saying, I guess, but they could certainly use a win.
Yeah, no doubt about that. There's a difference between a losing stretch and a losing streak. And right now, they're not playing their best football, but if they were to fall here, and now you're looking at going 4 games without a win, things can start compounding themselves pretty quickly from this point forward.
And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. A terrific opening drive has them knocking on the door. 1st and goal. Cook. Going to be hit and met at the line of scrimmage. They get him down at the 3. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal. Now it's Wilson. Touchdown! Dalvin Cook, his 17th touchdown now on the season. And the Jets are on the board first here this afternoon. Zuerlein connects on the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. Now after the touchdown, it's Zuerlein. He'll kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Goff and this Lions offense set for a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Goff. And that's out to the flat for Swift. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. We'll see what kind of mindset they have here offensively after giving up the touchdown on the opening drive.
And based on our time with them, prior to this game, I feel like they've got a good mindset going in. In fact, the discussion that we had with the coaching staff was, we may give up some points in this game, so our offense has to be ready each and every time to either equal or try and get us ahead and try and keep us ahead. This is their chance to respond to that first touchdown given up.
Goff to St. Brown for the Detroit first down. Goff. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's 2nd down.
But they certainly came out firing in this one, and while that one was incomplete, I can't imagine that'll be the last shot that they take in this game.
So 2nd down, still 10 yards to go. Ball on the 43. Now it's Goff. He'll drop this one off to Swift. And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line. Well, we know he can run the football too, but he's a good pass catcher. That's been on display here, Charles, on this opening drive.
And we certainly have seen The benefits of what he did in the offseason, which was spend more time with wide receivers, working on routes, working on cuts in order to make...
And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Josh Allen able to record his 5th sack of the season.
They just gave up a sack there, and if I'm not mistaken, they gave up 4 last week, didn't they?
Yes. And just looking really porous, aren't they?
They really are, and I'm wondering if they're going to have to start thinking about keeping the tight end in, maybe a back, someone to help assist, because right now, the quarterback's been getting hit a lot in the last couple of games.
And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line.
And that was yardage that they needed there after the sack on first down. They didn't get all of it back, but now they look at third down as a manageable situation, one that they have a much better chance of picking up.
Goff on third down. Man open, and St. Brown, he's got it. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down. Solid opening drive so far, Charles. They've moved this football into field goal range, but you know that they want to cap this off with 6 and not 3.
Absolutely. As one of the better coaches in the league always tells me, on offense, I want to throw body blows all game long and finish it with uppercuts. Well, here are the body blows right now. He's hoping in one uppercut will take care of the end of this drive.
The Lions passing game in sync now. They've got another first down. From the red zone now, Goff. Buying time, and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Josh Allen, now 2 sacks for him already here in this first quarter of play. Charles, a little bit of feast or famine on this drive. They moved the ball okay, but they've been sacked twice now.
And they've got to figure out how to plug that leak a little bit, right? Keep them away from the quarterback, because when he's not being hit, as you mentioned, they're moving the ball well.
Looking for the end zone. And that will fall incomplete. Oh, they took a shot there on what will turn out to be the final play of this first quarter. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Here's Goff. And in for the Lions touchdown. DJ Chark, 28 yards. And the Lions are an extra point away from drawing level. Extra point right down the middle. And we are tied at 7. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. So both of these teams, Charles, coming off touchdowns now, but this offense, they just had to stand on the sideline, watch their opponent author a really impressive drive to reach the end zone.
Yeah, and I think you're not telling yourself the truth if you don't think there's some one-upsmanship going on right now, because they just had their touchdown answered by a drive of double-digit plays that also found the end zone. Now they want to do something even more impressive to answer that one.
They go play action now. Wilson. Catch is made by Hockenson, the tight end. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down. To throw again on second down. Wilson, a quick throw, knocked away, and incomplete.
Textbook coverage right there. Played the ball, never lost sight of where it was headed, and stayed in perfect position to make a play on it. Able to keep the receiver and the quarterback in his sight lines.
After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2. In motion right is Wilson. On 3rd and 2, Wilson. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Now that's a good bounce back after giving up a touchdown on the opening drive. Just one first down permitted and then out. Obviously no loss of confidence with that defense, and now they get to turn it back to their offense.
Calls for the fair catch, makes the fair catch just inside the 15-yard line. Yeah, call it 38. Punt, no return, and the Lions are going to take over with a long field ahead and a 1st and 10. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. They had to go the length of the field last time out to get into the end zone, and with this starting field position, they're going to have to pretty much do it again.
And I think the thought process going into it is, hey, if you have to be methodical, go ahead and do that. But what you really want are a couple of big plays, eat up chunks of yardage, and cut down the number of times you have to snap the football. Receiver coaches preach to their guys all the time, separation, that's what's going to make the play successful. That time there was very little, and I think they were actually fortunate that it was only knocked away and not intercepted.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Goff, he's airing it out for Williams. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
Love the idea, love the concept, but you got to leave a little room on the sideline so he can fade into it when he makes the catch. That was thrown too close to it for the receiver to make a play.
Throwing on 3rd, Goff. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. A well-executed 22-yard gain.
This one was all about clearing space for this play to work because he's got to leak out of the backfield to his right, then angle his way up the field, and a really pretty throw to put it on him and create the big play downfield.
Now this one complete downfield on the left side. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20. So in Jet territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. Goff throwing again. He's airing it out for Williams. And it'll be intercepted. And the Jets are going to take over here at their own 22-yard line. Unfortunately for him, if last week was any indication, we knew a pick was coming at some point. Last week it was interception after interception, and here we go again.
We actually quit counting last week at a certain point because...
And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. Now Zuerlein on to add the extra point. And he's got it. It's now a 14-7 ball game. Now after the touchdown, it's Zuerlein. He'll kick it away. Take it in at the 3. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. As the offense comes out here, Charles, remember they threw the interception last time out, but they were moving the football down the field. Looked like they were going to have a sustained drive that ended in points, but then the pick ensued.
And because of that, there's no way you can call the last drive a success. Yes, there are things to build.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And they are going to take possession of the football inside the 15 at the 14-yard line. A little careless with the football, and he also had a fumble loss last week, didn't he?
He certainly did, and when I'm watching him play, the one thing that comes to mind is always remember, traffic, turbulence, people around you, 2 hands. Get 2 hands on the ball. Grip it tight. I know it looks cool to have it in one hand, but put it away away, tuck it away, because you've got to take care of the ball.
That's complete, right around the 8. And he's brought down. Cook. And that'll hurt the average a bit, as this time they're able to get him behind the line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
Well, that was one of the few times they've been able to contain him thus far. He's over 100 yards for the game, but he lost a bit off his total on that carry.
Second down and goal. Wilson. Touchdown, Jets. Garrett Wilson. A 2-yard touchdown grab. And the Jets have taken a 2-touchdown lead now. Oh, I was just about to say he had missed an extra point all season, but there it is. His first miss, no good. Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. This will be fielded inside the 5. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. Now they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Goff. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Well, this is a half where not just the coverage, but the entire defense is setting the tone in this game.
So now 3rd and 10. A big play to start the drive, but nothing since. To the air again. Goff. He's going to let this one go deep. Touchdown. When you think of guys that are built to be big-arm quarterbacks, Jared Goff, he fits that mold, and he showed it off right there. Point after, right down the middle. And the lead will shrink to 6. So here comes the kickoff, and what now is just a one-score, 6-point game. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And right now, we've got a little bit of an offensive masterpiece going on. Both sides moving the football, scoring points. It's almost like somebody put the defense on rookie mode in this one. I mean, we haven't even left the first half, Charles, and we're certainly on pace for a shootout.
An excellent start for both offenses. The fans have to be enjoying this to see all these points go up on the board. As a former defender, you know I'm not enjoying this at all. But right now, both these teams just trading haymakers. Let's see if anyone slips up first. Can anyone counter with a nice little jab and get things going in their direction?
He's got a man complete. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. Garrett Wilson with his second touchdown here in this first half. And the Jets are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Zuerlein good with a PAT. And the lead now stands at 13. Now after the touchdown, it's Zuerlein. He'll kick it away. Take it in at the 3. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. Right now, Charles, it just feels like they're trying to keep pace. They did score the touchdown last time out, but they still trail by double digits here. We'll see if this offense is once again up to the task.
Yeah, and I think that after the last drive, they've got to be pretty revved up, don't you think? Everything they were doing was working pretty well. They go back out there with the same mindset, play at the same tempo and the same pace. Still a lot of time left to make something happen in this one.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete.
He's put up numbers in this one by pushing the envelope a bit whenever he could with deeper throws. But let's play a little philosophy here. Some plays it works, sometimes they're ready for you, and that time they were on guard. Incomplete.
To throw on 2nd and 10. Goff. He's airing it out for Williams. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. We saw a lot of that a week ago defensively from him. AFC Defensive Player of the Week. Just always seems to be around the football.
I like your observation there. Understands the game, understands positioning, can put himself in the right spot, and then make a play on the football.
Open man right side is Sharp. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. On 4th down, here's Brett Kern to punt the football away. The Jets have Braxton Berrios back deep. And he gets it away, a directional kick going toward the sideline. And this will be out of bounds, and they spot it at the 15-yard line. Not too bad. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And not an abundance of time remains on the clock, Charles, but you would think more than enough to try to extend this lead before intermission.
And when you're talking about extending the lead, I think you're talking about aiming for the end zone because there is plenty of time for that. The fallback is to get 3. But in your mind, you put 6 on the board right before the half. That's a heck of a dagger and great momentum to carry into the locker room.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Here's Cook again. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11. Play action. It's Wilson. Oh, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Afitu Melifonwu. And the Lions are going to take possession here at their own 47-yard line. CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training. So he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Out of the gun, Goff. He'll get this off to Swift. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 40. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Goff. And he's going to be sacked. They sack him back right at the midfield stripe. Now another timeout called for by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Across the middle, he's got it complete to St. Brown. Now a timeout. 7 seconds left in the first half.
And partner, they're locked in man coverage out left, and they end up running a crossing route. Rounded it a little bit more than a slant. And he's just going to angle himself towards the right side of the field, and that's very difficult for a defender to shadow him across all that ground.
Now Goff on 1st down. Going for the deep ball. And that is caught. Touchdown, Detroit. Brock Wright as time expires in the first half. And the Lions are able to cut into this lead in the final seconds of the first half. And just before the half ends, the prayer is answered. Defensively, a disaster there.
I know often we're surprised when this actually works. I mean, the excitement level goes way up, but maybe we shouldn't be, because I I know as a defender, you've got to play the ball in this situation, but you can't interfere with the receiver because, remember, it's a spot foul, and it'd be first and goal if it happens in the end zone, and you don't want to give up that play, and that little bit of hesitancy often works really well for offensive guys.
Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. It's been a shootout so far. We'll see which defense can make the adjustments as we get back underway in the second half. Taken in at the 3. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. This offense, Charles, had a strong first half throwing the football, at least in terms of yardage, but that hasn't translated so far on the scoreboard as they begin the third quarter here, trailing and looking for a little momentum.
Yeah, you're right about that because, let's face it, in the first half, most of their focus was in the passing game. And to their credit, resulted in a healthy amount of yardage. So I would think that at halftime, they're going to anticipate that defense loosening up a little bit to try and cover the passing lanes. They've got to get the running game going, and there should be some gaps to run through now.
27 yards there, a first down. And with that last play, he's now up over that 300-yard mark.
And in today's NFL, it almost feels routine. And I hate that when you talk about a 300-yard passing game. To me, 300 yards still signifies excellence.
And at the 7-yard line, the catch is made. A big play there for Detroit. 49 yards. 2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's first and goal. Here's Swift. Gets past one man. And he's going to press this one forward as they stop it right around the 1. A pickup of 4 on first down. It'll be second and goal.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double.
And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. DeAndre Swift with his 13th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Lions are an extra point away from taking the lead. The extra point splits the uprights, and that will put them on top here in the third. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And, Charles, it feels like we're set up for a good second half here. Came out of the locker room, 1-score game. Now the lead has already changed hands. Well, this offense, they've got an opportunity right now to take that lead right back.
Yeah, and it feels like you're going back and forth, almost a little bit like a tennis match, right? And we're just, our heads just keep moving. Which side has it? Which side's going to score? How are they going to go out doing it? A little bit of a challenge for each side, trying to match each other. And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. That's really good for the game of football. You get better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Again, it's Cook, and maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. Now Wilson. Open man, he's got him, the tight end, Hockenson. And this will be good for a pickup of 9 to the 46.
Ran a perfect defense in this situation. Would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
They run again on first down. Cook. He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defense in front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
They go play action with Wilson. Toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete. That one doesn't find its target, but all in all, he's been much sharper this week. He was under 50% a week ago, and now he's up over 70%.
Well, you know it's standard for quarterbacks and receivers to get together for a little extra time.
Wilson hit. It's loose. It's out. Fumble. Offensively lucky they're able to keep the football, but now 4th down, so they'll have to boot it away.
I do think, though, they're going to look at this as a positive. 1, they recovered the fumble, so they retained possession. But 2, being able to punt it changes field position for them. Imagine if that turnover takes place there. Now your defense has to go onto the field and try and hold. Instead, they get a little breathing room.
33 yards is the distance on the punt there, and the Lions will take over. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. We have seen a lot of points here in this quarter. For us up here in the booth, it's been fun to watch. The defensive coordinators probably scratching their heads.
Yeah, they're going a little bit crazy right now. But let's face it, all of our friends who play fantasy, they're enjoying the heck out of this show because most of them are creating and getting a bunch of points.
Yeah, points certainly not at a premium here. Goff on first down. That one thrown away from the pocket. The officials kind of looking at each other, but they'll say there was a receiver in the area, so no penalty, just an incomplete pass. A 3rd quarter now, a 1-point game as they line up 2nd and 10. Off play action. Here's Goff. Oh, that's into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Ashton Davis. And the Jets are going to have it here just past the 25. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And they had a long drive going last time, but it stalled out. But still, maybe something positive to carry forward from that last drive.
Well, a few different things that you carry forward. Number 1, as you noted, they were moving it pretty well, so that gives them a lot of confidence. The second part is, keeps your defense off the field, gives them a chance to rest up a little bit. And last but not least, you've taken a good look at what you've done on offense, noted where the weaknesses are, and you know when you want to come back to them.
Like when you're organized with your points. Well done.
A, B, and C.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Wilson. And a quick throw here, that's complete.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line, but once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down. So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. On 3rd down, Wilson. He's got his man, T.J. Hockenson. And it's going to be another 1st down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 34-yard line. Another tote for the workhorse this afternoon. It's Cook. And he maneuvers up the middle for 3, and it's 2nd down.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. These two have hooked up 9 times now this afternoon as they pick up the 1st.
Here we go. Set.
They'll try the middle with Cook. He will push his way down to about the 14. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority one.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Wilson firing quickly here, and that's complete. And the Jets are going to be set up with a 1st and goal on a pass play that moves them all the way down to the 1. And the question now, how do they want to work the clock here on 1st and goal? A field goal would give them the late. And he's going to take it in for a Jets touchdown. Dalvin Cook, his 3rd touchdown of the game, number 19 on the year. And the Jets have moved out in front here in the 4th quarter. Cook, they'll try and run it. And he will get into the end zone for the 2 points. And that helps. That gives him a 7-point lead. Now after the touchdown, it's Zuerlein. He'll kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. They now trail by 7 after that last touchdown here in the 4th quarter. What a big spot for this offense. See if they can cobble something together on this drive. Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down. Once again, it's Swift. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. He'll get a dozen there, and the Lions have a 1st down.
For a lot of guys playing this game, there's no better feeling than running right through a tackle. He's able to lower his center of gravity and churn his legs for a really nice pickup.
On 1st and 10, it's Swift. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a 1st down. They'll try the air now with Goff. Going up top. And that is going to be pulled in one-handed. Wow. A big play there for Detroit. 45 yards. A looming decision to make on the conversion, down 7. But first things first, they need to score. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. DeAndre Swift with his 14th touchdown of the year, 2nd of the game. And the Lions are an extra point away from tying this game here in the final minutes. Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And we are tied here in the 4th quarter. Set to go now with the kickoff. These two teams all even again as we continue in this wild 4th quarter. Taken in at the 3. And he'll weave all the way up to just a few yards shy of midfield. A great return.
There's so much for the worry about how they will be after losing their lead. What a big-time return to seize the momentum back.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. They need to get this around the 40 to have a chance to win it in regulation. From the 40, it's a 57-yard field goal, so that gives you a gauge.
And all they're trying to do now is pick up yardage in good chunks and get out of bounds to stop the clock. If they end up running a play and get tackled in bounds, they're worried the clock may run out on them and finish the game.
And they'll have to be careful how they handle this. Pretty good job defensively. Thought he was going to get it, but they knew where that marker was, and they stopped him just short of it.
What it does is emphasize that strategic football and situational football is not just played on the offensive side, is it? Defense understanding, as you noted, where the first down marker was and making sure they didn't get there. Another carry for their leader, and a good one. It's crunch time. They'll need him to continue to be productive in both the run and passing game in order for them to try and snatch a victory.
Following the good run by Cook, here's another 1st and 10. From the gun, they'll try to run it. And he'll get this just inside the 30-yard line.
All right, my man, this is now where it's risk-reward. Because on defense, you've got to crowd the line of scrimmage. You've got to get in all the gaps, get up tight on everyone, and try and force the field goal attempt here. You can't let them break one big, but you know something, you crowd the line of scrimmage. If they do pop one, it's going to go.
Yeah, I was just saying could take it to the house, but the magnitude of this possible upcoming field goal, every yard counts.
Let's give a lot of credit to the offensive line. They've been able to move the ball really well on the ground the entire game, and while that wasn't a huge one, that's okay. They'll take them in short, steady bursts.
3rd down, Dalvin Cook. And he's going to be a yard short. Needed 4, but got 3. They've now produced 3-yard gains on 3 straight plays. Leads us to 4th down. And they get the timeout called here. It comes with 1 second remaining on the clock. And now we'll get a timeout here. They're able to stop it with 1 second to go in this game. And this one is no good. He missed it. And a costly one there as this game remains tied here in the 4th. It's a little teaching moment here. Overtime rules. Remind us how this goes, partner.
Okay, so in the past, we had sudden death. First team to score wins, but no longer. Now, if the team receives the ball, scores a touchdown, they win the game. If they kick a field goal, though, or don't score, the other team gets a possession. And after both teams get a possession, then we're into sudden death. First team to score wins the game.
Taken in at the 3. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And everyone knows the OT rules, Charles, with a pretty simple formula. Swift is hit, and he coughs it up. And it's scooped up by the Jets. And this drive will start on the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line. And what an awful time to cough up the football here at OT.
And all coaches talk about, they preach it like crazy, minimizing mistakes, taking care of the football. In this case, that didn't happen, and now they put themselves in position to lose the game.
Yeah, field goal wins it. That's all they need. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. He's had some big runs in this game. Not there, though.
But I don't think they're going to be deterred by that play right there. He's had some nice runs in the game, and how many times have we seen a good running back get stopped, yet turn it into something big on a later carry? I'd stay with him.
4 yards on the pickup there as they get it back to a more manageable 3rd and 7. And I know you, with every carry, especially in overtime, you're just saying, if you're that ball carrier, hold on to the football.
Hold on to it, protect it, but not necessarily settle it, because you're trying to get to the end zone. You're trying to end the game right here. And I know the defensive guys poking, clawing, breaking, trying to knock the ball free and protect their end zone.
Yeah, like you alluded to, especially this part of the field. They'll run with Cook. And he's going to press this one forward as they stop him right around the 1. 2nd and goal from the 1. They'll run for it with Cook. And he's into the end zone for the touchdown, and the game